Welcome back, Gundam guys and Gundam gals. PatrickGrade here from GGInfiniteNews.com, and today I'm happy to bring you the review for the Master Grade Banshee Gundam VRKA, or the Final Battle version. So first off, I want to apologize for the delay in posting this video. I know it's been a couple weeks since I posted the original unboxing for the VRKA version, and it's taken me a while to get the review video up, and I have no real good reason for doing so please forgive me. And this video will be kind of quick. I'm just going to be highlighting the differences between the two versions, the OVA here on the left and the VRKA version on the right. I won't be going over things like articulation and the individual parts and pieces and the transformation. So if you want to see those aspects of the kit, you can go check out the review videos for the OVA Banshee. I'll put those links up on the screen here and also down in the info section for your convenience. And this video should be posted up on Gundam.tk or GundamReviews.net, so if you're coming from there, thanks a lot for watching. And if you haven't done so already, please go check out Robert184's channel and page and see all his cool reviews. So there are a few main differences between these two kits. Of course, the OVA version here on the left has the Armored Arm VN and Armored Arm BS for weapons, while the VRKA version has the traditional unicorn weapons that we saw on the different unicorn kits that have come out before. And there's a couple of minor color differences as well. The V-fin on the VRKA version and the faceplate is gold-plated, as well as the cycle frame being green or blue under the UV light, as opposed to the orange from the OVA version. And the translucent orange trim pieces of the OVA version are replaced by solid yellow on the VRKA version. So aside from those few cosmetic differences, the weapons, and of course the price and availability, there isn't really all that much different about the kit. Everything transforms the same, all the articulation's the same, and it's kind of hard to say which one looks better. Each has unique advantages over the other, so I guess it's a matter of personal preference over a clear-cut winner. So let me try to highlight those differences here, and we'll go on from there. Alright, so let's take a quick look at the differences between the gold and the orange plastic used between the two kits. On the VRKA version, for the V-fin and the faceplate, you get some nice gold-plated plates that have a pretty nice shine to them. But you can kind of see some inconsistencies in the quality of the plating. On the faceplate there, you can kind of tell that it's not quite as gold all over as it should be. And you can really tell on the sides of the V-fin here as well. The back part has a more solid coating on it, it seems to me, than the front part, with the front part being kind of milky or inconsistent in the quality of the coating. I believe this was an issue on the Strike Freedom Perfect Grade as well, when some of the gold-plated plates had a much stronger gold plating on it than other parts. So I do like the overall appearance of the gold-plated parts better than the orange pieces used on the OVA version. Even though the orange pieces have a much more even coloring, the gold parts do look a lot better. So the Final Battle version doesn't have the chest piece like the OVA version does. It's a normal unicorn chest piece, so that's a design difference there. Alright, so another difference in the color are the trim pieces here. On the OVA version, all the trim was done in the same cycle frame color, the clear orange. Here on the legs, the back and front skirts. And on the VRKA version, those pieces are all solid yellow. And I think it would have been a lot better if all these pieces were plated gold as well, so it would match up better with the rest of the color scheme. But I guess same could be said for the OVA version too, with having the solid orange here on top and then the clear orange here on these other pieces. So neither color scheme is all that consistent with the secondary colors, so I think that could have been handled a little bit better. Alright, so for weapons, gone are the Armored Arm BN and VS of the OVA version, and back are the traditional unicorn weapons. The transforming shield, the beam magnum with the removable ammo packs, and the somewhat transforming hyper bazooka. And you also get 2 extra ammo packs to store on the rear skirts if you want to, and then the 2 beam saber blades for the 4 different beam saber handles. So nothing too unique here with the weapons. These have all been seen before on the different variations of the Unicorn Gundam. And if you see an in-depth look at these, go check out my full Armor Unicorn review that I posted back in December. But in this arena, I think the OVA version wins with the unique armaments, the Armored Arm BN and VS. I think they do a good job of differentiating themselves from the Unicorn Gundam. So I find that the VRKA version is a bit lacking in the weapons, just because we've seen these 4 or 5 different times before. Alright, so here's a look at the two versions of the Banshee here side by side, fully armed up in Unicorn mode. And the Final Battle version definitely looks a little more intimidating with the extra weapons here. The Hyper Bazooka is pretty awesome, as well as the Beam Magnum. But as far as uniqueness goes, I think the OVA still wins, just because the different weapons on the arms there looks pretty cool, as well as the design differences on the chest and the head. Alright, so here's the Banshee VRKA in Destroy mode. I think it's looking pretty nice here with the green cycle frame showing through. I do prefer the green over the pink of the original Unicorn Gundam, but I'm not quite sure which I prefer between the two Banshees, the orange or the green. One thing I think the OVA version of the Banshee has over the VRKA here is a somewhat more consistent color scheme. Looks a little weird with the green there and then also the yellow on the sides. with the OVA version that's fixed by having all the clear orange. But all in all, it doesn't look too bad. And I think the green shows through pretty well, even having the dark blue around it. Still pretty bright here under the normal lighting. And I have the shield attached here, just so you can see the green fins on that as well. But again, nothing different as far as articulation or anything goes. The weapon's still attached somewhat well to the hands. And everything else is pretty standard when compared to the other Unicorn kits that we've seen before. So I'm going to do the best I can with the black light here to show off the cycle frame, see how it lights up, and compare it to the OVA version as well. Alright, so for some reason the camcorder isn't doing as good a job with the Verka as it is with the OVA version. As you can see, the Verka doesn't really show up really well with the black light here, at least on camcorder. So I'm going to take some pictures with my DSLR and do a little slideshow with those. Unfortunately, I really can't show you stuff in real time, not very effectively anyways. So here, take a look at these pictures to see the black light effect with the Verka. Alright, so back here in real time to wrap up the review of the Master Grade Banshee Verka, or the Final Battle version. And again, I have to apologize for having to rely on the pictures there for a little bit. My camcorder just wasn't doing as good with the blacklight demonstrations that I hoped. I'll have to talk to Robert and see how he does it so well. But anyway, the Banshee Verka is pretty nice. I like the gold plating. I like the cycle frame a little bit better than I do of the OVA version. However, I don't like that the trim pieces in yellow are not the same color as the cycle frame. I think if they were going to do it right, they should have done that in the cycle frame green or blue as well. Just because it doesn't look as good under the black light when compared to the OVA. Not having those certain areas lit up like it is on the OVA is a little distracting. And the gold plating is nice. I don't know if it's worth the price of admission to get that. It's almost double the price if you could even find an available kit to buy for the Verka version. I don't know if the gold plating makes up for that much cost. The weapons aren't anything new. You can take those off of another Unicorn kit that you have laying around if you want to. And use the OVA version and just paint it with a can of TS21 for the gold plating, and you know, have a pretty similar thing there. So I'd be hard pressed to recommend this to the average person unless you're a huge fan of the Banshee and just want to have all the different versions of the Banshee. Otherwise, you'd have a hard time tracking a kit down right now, and having to pay 150 bucks or so to even get it is a lot outrageous in my mind. Unless you live in Japan, of course, because then you can get it at, I think, cheaper or the same price as a standard kit anyway. So it just sucks living in the US and trying to get these Tamiya web shop exclusives. But anyway, so the kit is good. If you have the money, go ahead. If you can find it, you know, certainly go ahead. You won't see anything too unique or new here. Just the same thing we've seen, you know, 5 or 6 different times before with the different releases of the Unicorn Gundam. But on a personal note, I think this kit is starting to show its age. You know, the original Unicorn came out in 2007, I believe, or maybe even earlier, 2006. So it's definitely using some old technology, specifically in the transformation and the hands and stuff. It's very frustrating to work with this kit, especially in destroy mode, and having to pose 2 of them together is almost maddening. From my perspective anyway, building it's fun and putting it on the shelf is great, but having to actually film it and work with it in front of a camera, it's pretty difficult. I don't know how all the other reviewers feel, but in my mind this is one of the most difficult kits to work with in front of a camera. So hopefully it'll be a while before I have to review another version of the Unicorn, at least in the Master Grade form. So thanks a lot for watching. Again, I apologize for taking so long to get this video up. Please let me know what you think of the video and the kit with a comment down below. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all you guys giving me the attention that you do. And thank you to Gundam Guy for providing the kit. I'll bring it back to GG Infinite headquarters here soon so you can display it with the other stuff. And also thank you to Robert184 for posting up this video on his site. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to get a couple more up this week and get back on track here. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you soon.